Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by the garden today. We are inside of my bathroom. I know this is a different change of scenery, but I just wanted to redo this video on my Honeymoon Valley Friendship plant. So this is her growing right here, and these are the two tops I propagated off of her a couple of weeks ago. These are tops that I cut off of her in the last video we did, and I'm so sorry that video didn't upload. So we're just going to redo it and go through the care on her real quick and just go over why she was struggling on me last month. So she's been growing in this window now for about a month. This is a southern exposure, and they get about this filtered light probably about 3-4 hours a day, more on the 4 or 5 side now that the weather's starting to change. We're starting to get into the summertime, so my plants are getting a lot more sun than they used to. And if I put my hand over my plants like this, they are not hot. So as long as your plants aren't hot to the touch, these are a lot of low light to medium light house plants. So these plants are not getting a lot of heat. As long as they're not getting a lot of heat on them, you should be good to go. Now, you might have to change their location or maybe close your blinds a little bit more if you have vertical blinds. If you kind of close them a little bit more, then they're getting some dappled to filtered light through that blind there, and that's great for them. This curtain seems to hold back the rays for me pretty good, though, I have to say. And her foliage is starting to come back. Now, I know she looks pretty bare because she was struggling down here, and then I had topped her. So I topped 1, 2, 3, 4 tops on her, and I got those right here. These were sitting right on top of this plant, so that stalk right there, and she was that tall. She gets about 12 inches tall, so she was pretty big on me. And I topped it because she was starting to branch out pretty good on the bottom, and it creates this side branching a lot better. So you notice right here, she'll create these little side plantlets shooting out, and we have 2 new plantlets shooting out of the top, which these will pop out and create 2 new branches on top for you, 2 new tops, just like they will on all these as well. And then on the bottom here, you'll start noticing these little plantlets popping out from the bottom of the plant. So we have quite a bit in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me get that out of there, but you can see quite a bit of plants popping out of here, and we're doing pretty good. So I feed her with 2 tablespoons per gallon of water with fish fertilizer, and that's just once every month. And I backed off of the Dynagrow Grow. So I used to use that once a month at half a teaspoon per gallon of water, and it's a 795, but I stopped using it because I noticed it's just a little too much for her. So as far as watering, I just water the soil all the way through, let it dry out completely to the bottom, and then I just go ahead and water again. I don't let the soil stay dry in between the waterings because it can cause a little damage to the leaves. They will get like little reddish brown tint to them on the edges, and then they'll start getting holes in the leaves if it stays dry for too long. That's just kind of how they respond to stress and sunburn as well. So she was getting that outside with that 4 hours of direct sun. So that was not good for her, and I kind of knew that, but when we had moved here, I had thrown her outside with my begonia, and I know that my begonia can tolerate the full sun, but she can't, and I just kind of forgot about it after a while, and then she was looking rough. So I stuck her in here, and she looks a lot better. You can see kind of that dappled sun they're getting. That's why I wanted to do this video in here so you guys can actually see where they're growing. And as far as potting medium, I just use 3/4 parts potting soil. Any potting soil to grow indoors is fine. And then 1/4 part succulent soil, and I like to use the terracotta pot. And I do throw in a little bit of perlite, which helps with drainage, and it helps to dry out your pots a lot faster. It's just this white stuff, and you can buy it in a pretty big bag or a small bag if you want, depending on how much you use. I bought a 16-pound bag for like 10 bucks, and I still have it years later, so it lasts a pretty long time. If you need any help on growing these, just let me know. As far as rooting those tops, I just waited for roots to start growing, and these plants are still growing, so I keep them in the same sun when I cut them. And as soon as roots grow pretty good, I just go ahead and plant them up in these little containers like these guys, and we're good to go. After a while, I start feeding when they get about that big, which is like, I'd say about 3 inches, about 3 sets of leaves on them. Then you can start feeding with the 2 tablespoons per gallon of water with fish fertilizer once a month when you hit your other plants. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you have any questions at all on growing her, let me know. I'm so sorry we had to redo this video. We're going to see if it posts right now. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let me know if you need any help. Don't forget, I'm always here for you, and I'd love to help you in any way I can. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.